Hey, y'all, thank you so much for joining me today to learn more about Goodshuffle Pro's website integration and how event marketers are leveraging the uniqueness of our integration to meet the unique needs of our event rental customers. Um, I am Mallory. I'm our Associate Director of Sales, but I have been with Goodshuffle Pro since 2019 and spent the better part of the last decade in the events industry. And I've been working with Goodshuffle Pro prospects and customers on how to leverage our tool and our website integration to best achieve their needs since the product launched, the website integration that is, in 2020. Before I start and showcase the website integration, I want to take a beat and just cover how the website integration works and functions so that you can best understand then how you can adapt it for your specific needs. So let me go ahead and pull up my little graphic here on my fake event rental website and get started. Okay, so here on my screen, you have a graphic that showcases how the website integration works. And from a very basic perspective, all of your inventory, of course, is going to live inside Goodshuffle Pro. This can absolutely and obviously be all of your products like tents, tables, chairs, backdrops, linens, candles, chandeliers, any physical assets that you have and want to rent out to your clients. You can also bundle those together to create different looks. So let's say you don't just rent out individual linens or centerpieces by themselves. You only do tablescapes. You can package those together to really showcase, hey, you can only rent these things as a group or these designs as a concept. But you can also include services on your website as well. So that works really nicely for our event production companies or folks who are really offering more of the service side and not just the rental side of the business as well. And we'll take a look at some of those examples. So all of those products and services will start by having them in your Goodshuffle Pro account, because obviously you're going to leverage those to build beautiful contracts and proposals to send out to your clients. Where the wish list integration comes in is you can also pick and choose which of those products and services showcase on your website. And we'll take a look today at the variety of ways you can do that. But what that is going to do is give folks the ability to see your different services, your bundlings, your products, all of your offerings, and build a wish list of the services that they want. Now, the reason that we've chosen a wish list structure versus a traditional just e-commerce experience like Amazon is because we recognize all of the 1,001 variables that go into making an event happen. And so this wish list functionality seems to marry the best of both worlds by satiating your client's desire to, tell you what they want, while also giving you the flexibility on the back end to double check and make sure you have enough inventory, sub-rent additional items if you're short on a few things, or ask the client some follow-up questions about a particular venue or where things are happening. What this is going to enable your clients to do, though, is build that wish list and then save you the burden of having to put that on a proposal. So Goodshuffle Pro is automatically going to build that proposal for you, double check the inventory, and allow you to make edits before you connect with the client for maybe a planning or discovery call, or if everything looks good to go, just get eyes on it to confirm delivery and send them a quote, contract, and payment link. So you have some options there. Now, the website integration looks great out of the box. The basic kind of catalog, as I call it, is going to look a lot like, let me show you this Party Bound website, actually. this catalog here. So it's going to be a list of all of the products and services. It's going to have the little heart so that people can go ahead and add this to their wish list down here. Now, a couple of things to call out, which is really cool, is when you add this to your website, you can choose a different icon if you want to. You can obviously change the fonts and colors to match your look and your feel and your aesthetic. But this is kind of the basic outlook of how the integration shows up. You can even have it so like our client's Alpenglow. And one of the things that I love about the true out of the box version with fewer modifications is the ability to keep this navigation panel here off to the side. A lot of folks initially will prefer the look and feel of something clean and an aesthetic like this, like Party Bound has, and that's great. They've made that choice to work for their brand. What I would encourage you to consider with the Alpenglow website, for example, is having the categories and subcategories here allows folks to understand the holistic product offering that you have and jump in and out of those different categories very easily. So I may jump into adding a tent to my wish list and then come over here and see, oh, there's tables and chairs. Obviously, I'm going to need those things as well. And then jump in and add those to my wish list. And then I may see like, oh, some cute signs or an arbor. And then I want to go shopping and looking for those decor as well. So then I can jump into the decor category. So there's absolutely value in having the navigation. Where you choose to put it is up to you. Traditionally, right, when you go to most websites, having some sort of navigation along the left-hand side is pretty common. So I'd really encourage you to think about the ease of the client experience if you can keep that there. And then you do have the option where it could have like a sub menu underneath so that these subcategories actually fall below here. That's kind of what the default looks like out of the box. But you can see Alpenglow here has decided to make some additional tweaks to better fit their needs. And that's an option as well. Something else to consider is when you're setting up your inventory in Goodshuffle, event marketers love that you can prompt an upsell right from the website integration. So let me show you another client of ours, Render Events. They have a website that garners a lot of attention for the aesthetic that they have. And Cam and her team have done an incredible job of curating a very specific look and feel. I love here that there's a drop down here. You can jump into, different sections. And then on a lot of their products, they're introducing not only the item itself, but also the ability to upsell. So in Goodshuffle, you can relate different products together so that your experience of building either certain collections or certain aesthetics, or even a simple reminder is like a more traditional rental item, like, hey, these napkins go really well with this tablecloth, or these chargers go really nicely with this plate. Think about all the ways that that's not only creating ease for your customer experience, but it's also enabling you to grab more of an upsell. In one of my recent newsletters, one of the things that I had folks considering is how can you get more out of your existing clientele? And this is one of the easiest ways to do that is don't wait for that upsell opportunity for them to have to talk to you. Build that in right here and give folks the options, those choice. For any of the shoppers in the audience, you'll know that this is not dissimilar to an experience that you may find shopping on Gap or any clothing website, right? If I look at this dress, that company is also going to suggest, oh, this pairs really nicely with this cardigan or these shoes or this necklace. So that's the similar concept that we're building there. The third way that marketers are loving our website integration is to build a shoppable experience into portfolios or into a blog. And this can look a couple of different ways. So back to our client Alpenglow here, they've built out a beautiful portfolio of weddings that they have out in Colorado. And if I want to have a flippin' wedding too, right, I'm probably going to be attracted to the photos first. This is going to really suck me in and get me excited about the look and feel of the wedding. But what Alpenclo has also done here is inject some client feedback, right? Really reinforcing the idea that I did a good job here. And then also injecting some social proof because this particular wedding was featured in Rocky Mountain Bride, which again adds credibility to their organization and the event that they pulled off. Now I've seen this wedding, I'm stoked to be working with Alpenglow. They have made it incredibly easy for me to have a flippin' wedding too. What they've done in the back end of their website is tag the inventory in Goodshuffle and say, hey, here's all of the inventory that we're using for the flippin' wedding. And if you want to have a flippin' wedding too, here are all of the products and services that you can rent from us. And this is really good, not only for the use case of a portfolio, but think about what this could be to inject into a blog. Maybe you're doing different posts on upcoming themes or seasons for events. Maybe you want to do a post on the top 5 trends for weddings this fall, or when graduation season comes up, the 13 essentials that you need for your backyard graduation party. So the way that you can connect your inventory to your website is so malleable, especially depending on your audience. I'd love to call to your attention a post on our blog that highlights 13 of our best rental websites. And so I'll include that in the description below for this video so you can take a look at around the different ways our clients have executed the website integration, really get the juices flowing for how this might work for your company. You'll see that a couple of the websites that I mentioned are on here, including Render here and Bay State or Party Bound is on here as well. But other ones that I really want to call out is Lux Bounce. If you have a traditional party rental company and you're trying to reach a higher end clientele, Lux Bounce has done an incredible job of tailoring the aesthetic of their website and their product to reach a particular type of client. And I really enjoy how they're not trying to be all things to all people, but their website makes it very clear the types of clients that they're trying to attract. Again, that gives a lot of social proof and credibility to them as a company. And if I'm the customer they're looking for, I'm instantly going to be attracted to that brand. And then they have the website integration that makes it really easy to do business with them. Who else do I want to call out from this event? Total Events. If you visit their website, they've done a really good job. During the pandemic, they launched a collection called Total at Home, where they curated specific tabletop look and feels that I believe they have priced by the place setting. But basically what they're doing is eliminating all of the back and forth of certain design concepts and saying like, hey, if you want this out of the box thing, here's all of the beautiful photos. Click here to reserve. What they do with that collection is eliminate a lot of the back and forth, right? It's a collection that's available at a lower end price point than if you rented everything separately. But the trade-off is that you're not making a ton of different choices. So that's really great, I think, especially for the clients that are doing a lot of entertaining at home. One of the ideas that I have had along that same vein with the total event collection is thinking through ways that you can kind of replicate that concept. I've always thought it would be so fun for different businesses to have limited edition collections. I think there was a client that I saw once that did like an Eras tour, like a Taylor Swift collection this summer related to the Eras tour. And they had different tabletops related to each era to create that look and feel. Again, it was kind of pitched as this kind of limited time, limited availability. It was hot because it was, really in the news. So you could absolutely tailor it to not just a particular aesthetic for seasons, but also like what's going on in the world. So yeah, just tons of ideas there as well. And then the Game Guys website I would take a look at because they do a good job of breaking things up by like type of game that you may rent something for. And what's cool about that is the same product can then appear in a bunch of different collections. So yeah, tons of really great inspiration found on these sites. Again, if you go to our blog, the best event rental sites will be featured there and you can jump right in. If you're curious to brainstorm ways how Goodshuffle Pro could work for you and either your existing website or your new business looking to get a brand off the ground, our team would be absolutely thrilled to talk to you. All you need to do is fill out the demo request form in the description here, or you can go to our website, pro.goodshuffle.com, to learn more about our website integration and reach out to our team there. We look forward to brainstorming with you and helping your business grow, and look forward to maybe featuring your website on our next webinar. Thanks for checking us out today. Bye.